Early last year, EU member states agreed on a set of proposals to prevent a repeat of the financial and economic crisis by tackling some of its root causes. The details of those proposals had to be fleshed out and agreed, however, a process that has seen MEPs in complex negotiations right up until a key vote in the Economic and Monetary Affairs Committee here in Parliament. There were nearly 2,000 amendments to the package of 6 legislative reports under discussion by MEPs. The new measures aim to strengthen existing fiscal policies, like the Stability and Growth Pact, the Eurozone's rulebook for safeguarding sound public finances. But they also add a new preventive aspect that looks at how economic policies should be coordinated and monitored at the EU level, to avoid risky deficits and debts in one member state affecting other EU countries, but also to guarantee Europe's competitiveness. The new laws recognise that it is not enough to focus solely on a country's deficit. Its level of indebtedness also affects its stability, as demonstrated all too clearly in the last few years. So the new measures propose that member states whose debt exceeds 60% of their GDP should be required to take steps to reduce that debt, even if their deficit is below the existing target of 3% of GDP. Diogo Feio steered the new proposals on excessive debt through Parliament.
The initial idea of the Commission was a reduction by year, and the Parliament put another idea, an average of 3 years to do that reduction. A reduction of 1/20 of the debt is a rule more intelligent, more flexible and good to the stability of the economy of the state.
Member states who are too slow to take corrective action will face financial sanctions at an earlier stage under the new rules, with fines going into the European Stability Mechanism, the EU's bailout fund, when this is implemented in 2013. Before that, the money will be allocated to European Investment Bank projects. The sanctions will be semi-automatic in that instead of the Council having to vote to impose them, they will be imposed unless the Council votes against, a system referred to as reverse qualified majority vote.
The Commission is in this package the central institution, because it's the Commission who do the assessment, who opens the procedure of excessive deficit, is the Commission who do the assessments of the economy of the states.
In addition to a strengthened and more independent mandate for the Commission, Wortmann-Kool, EPP Group spokesperson on economic governance, stressed the need for a greater involvement of national parliaments. She was responsible for the preventive arm of the new legislation.
We have to strengthen the national ownership. That starts with independent fiscal bodies who can provide the appropriate data for the parliaments to take their decisions on, because parliaments were often cheated in the past with wrong data. That's the first. Second, the parliament has to take a responsibility for their national stability programs and also for their national reform programs in the framework of our growth and job strategy.
The European Parliament is calling for more transparency and accountability in economic governance. So, in addition to a greater role for national parliaments, they want more public debates and hearings in the European Parliament, where decisions are not made behind closed doors, as in the Council. 99% of the EPP Group's compromise amendments were adopted by MEPs, despite a call by the Socialists to allow an increase in member state deficit for public investment, which was rejected.
The Socialists are still challenging that, but I have a solid majority behind me in my report with only 10 votes against. So that means that the left was not fully united.
The proposals adopted in committee this week will now form the basis for negotiations with the Council. Parliament will push to ensure the new measures are not watered down and that economic balance and fiscal discipline are guaranteed at the European level. A final text will be put to the vote in plenary in June. We'll of course be keeping you up to date on this issue on our website, eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching.